Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Deep in the arid Tehuacán Valley of Puebla, Mexico, an ancient sentinel lies silently carved from the very earth. It's a creature over 200 feet long, with claws, a body, and a tail poised to strike. But this isn't a fossil. It's an effigy mound, a massive sculpture made of dirt and rock, shaped into the unmistakable form of a scorpion. Discovered by archaeologists only in 2014, this monument is a testament to the astronomical genius and profound worldview of a civilization that thrived here over 1,000 years ago. It's a structure that redefines what we thought we knew about the ancient peoples of Mesoamerica, a functioning calendrical instrument where the earthly and celestial realms were designed to meet. The Scorpion Effigy Mound is not just a work of art, it's a cosmic clock, and today we're going to figure out how to read it. The story of this mound begins with its location. It's nestled within the Tehuacán Valley, a region so historically and culturally important, it's been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, the valley is famous for its almost alien landscape, celebrated for having the densest forests of columnar cacti in the world. But its true significance goes far deeper than its unique plants. This valley is a cradle of civilization, a place where some of the earliest evidence of plant domestication in the Americas has been unearthed. For over 12,000 years, this was a laboratory for human innovation. Societies here transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyles to settled agricultural communities. Sites like the famed Tlāhuizcalpantēcuhtli cave have given us some of the world's earliest known specimens of domesticated maize, squash, and beans. This wasn't a sudden revolution. It was a slow, deliberate process. Early inhabitants gradually learned to cultivate wild plants, creating a buffer against food scarcity, until their relationship with the plant world allowed them to build permanent villages and complex societies. But how do you build a farming society in a semi-arid desert? You become a master of water. The ability to control and distribute water was everything in the Tehuacán Valley. The inhabitants developed an astonishingly sophisticated array of water management technologies, including canals, wells, terraces, and dams. This network transformed the dry landscape. Even today, you can see the remains of these fossilized canals, known locally as tehuates, a word from the Nahuatl language meaning stone serpents. Some of these ancient canals are, incredibly, still in use today, a living legacy of this ancient engineering knowledge. It was while surveying these prehistoric irrigation systems in 2014 that archaeologists stumbled upon the Scorpion Effigy Mound, and its location is no coincidence. The mound is part of a larger ceremonial complex spanning 22 acres, sitting right alongside the life-sustaining canals. This proximity tells us that the practical and the sacred were one and the same. The celestial observations encoded in the mound were directly linked to the agricultural cycles it helped to regulate. So, who were these brilliant engineers and astronomers? Archaeological evidence, especially the pottery found at the site, dates the mound to a period between 600 and 1100 AD. This era in the Tehuacán Valley is associated with the Popoloca people. The name Popoloca was actually a derogatory term given to them by the Nahuatl-speaking Aztecs. It meant to babble or speak unintelligibly, a common way for dominant cultures to describe those who spoke a different language. The Popoloca themselves are part of the larger Otomanguean language family, related to the Chocho and Mazatec peoples of Oaxaca. By the time the mound was built, the Popoloca had established sophisticated chiefdoms throughout the region. They were skilled farmers, cultivating staples like maize and black beans, and raising large herds of goats to supplement their diet in the arid environment. They were also master craftspeople, known for their high-quality pottery and woven goods. Their religious beliefs, like other Mesoamerican cultures, were deeply intertwined with the natural world. They had a pantheon of gods and spirits that governed all aspects of their lives. The very existence of a monumental effigy with precise astronomical alignments tells us they had a sophisticated religious and cosmological system. The stars weren't just lights in the sky. They were a divine roadmap for survival. What makes the Scorpion Effigy Mound so special is that, in Mesoamerica, it's a monumental anomaly. Effigy mounds, earthen structures shaped like animals or symbols, are a well-known feature of North American archaeology. Thousands of them, depicting birds, bears, and other figures, are found across the upper Midwest of the United States, built by various Native American cultures. They served as burial sites, ceremonial centers, and territorial markers. But in Mesoamerica, the land of towering stone pyramids and sprawling city-states like Tehuacán and Chichen Itza, effigy mounds are, as archaeologists say, notably sparse. The construction of large-scale earthen effigies simply wasn't a common practice. Why the difference? It may come down to the very structure of society. Many North American mounds were built by semi-sedentary hunter-gatherer societies. In contrast, Mesoamerican civilizations were largely based on intensive agriculture and organized into large, centralized states. Their monumental expression took a different form: stone pyramids and temples that reached for the heavens, rather than earthen figures that hugged the ground. The Scorpion Effigy Mound, therefore, stands as a unique and puzzling example of this architectural form in a Mesoamerican context. It challenges our neat lines on the map, suggesting that cultural practices and ideas may have flowed between North and Mesoamerica in ways we are only just beginning to understand. Now, let's look closer at the marvel itself. The mound measures approximately 205 feet in length. That's about 2/3 of a football field. It rises to a modest height of about 31 inches and is constructed from a simple combination of dirt and rocks. Yet, it's skillfully sculpted to represent a scorpion, complete with a head, a segmented body, 2 distinct pincers, and a tail curving up to a stinger. Its remarkable state of preservation shows just how important this monument was to its builders. But the true genius of the Scorpion Effigy Mound lies in its alignment. It's a celestial clock, built to track the solstices. The mound is oriented in an east-northeast direction, which was the first clue that led archaeologists to investigate its connection to the sky. What they found was breathtaking. On the morning of the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, something magical happens. If you were to stand at the stinger of the scorpion, which is marked by a circular cluster of ceramics at the very end of the tail, you would see the sun rise directly over the tip of the northern, or left, claw. In the days leading up to the solstice, the sun would rise in the space between the two claws. This wasn't just for show. This alignment was a precise and reliable signal that the rainy season was about to begin. For an agricultural community, this was the most critical piece of information you could have. It was the cosmic starting gun for preparing the fields and planting the crops that would feed everyone for the year. The summer solstice was a major ceremonial date across Mesoamerica, often tied to fertility and the renewal of life. The mound wasn't just a calendar. It was a sacred stage for rituals meant to honor the sun and ensure a bountiful harvest. But the show isn't over. The mound also performs on the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. On that evening, if you were to move your position and stand at the tip of the left claw, you would witness the sun setting perfectly beyond the stinger of the scorpion. This alignment marked the turning point of the year, the death of the old sun and the promise of its return, heralding the lengthening of the days. This dual alignment demonstrates an incredibly sophisticated understanding of solar mechanics, with knowledge literally written into the landscape. One of the lead researchers on the project suggests this knowledge wasn't kept secret by an elite class of priests. The mound's clear, visual markers would have been accessible to the entire community, empowering the farmers and workers with a direct connection to the cosmos and greater control over their own destiny. This brings us to the final and perhaps most fascinating question: why a scorpion? In Mesoamerican thought, the scorpion was a powerful and complex symbol, embodying the duality of life and death, danger and protection. In Aztec mythology, the scorpion is a creature that emerges from the earth, connecting it to the earth goddess Tonantzin. and her powers of fertility and sustenance. But its venomous sting also connects it to death and the underworld, Mictlan, where scorpion men were said to guard the gates. This dual nature, protector and destroyer, life-giver and death-dealer, is a common thread. But for the Tehuacán Mound, the most compelling association is with a specific deity, Tlāhuizcalpantēcuhtli, the Lord of the House of Dawn. This was a powerful god who represented the planet Venus as the morning star. Now, the Mesoamerican Venus was not the benevolent goddess of love and beauty from Greco-Roman myth. Here, Venus was a male deity, often depicted as a menacing warrior. The first appearance of Venus in the morning sky was considered a dangerous time, and its rays were believed to be powerful enough to harm people, crops, and even water. In ancient codices, Tlāhuizcalpantēcuhtli is sometimes shown with a scorpion tail, and in some contexts, the scorpion itself is a direct representation of the dangerous morning star. This connection between the scorpion, Venus, and the dawn aligns perfectly with the astronomical function of the mound. The solstice alignments were part of a broader calendrical system that was deeply intertwined with the cycles of Venus. So the Scorpion Effigy Mound can be seen as a physical manifestation of this complex web of beliefs. It is a solar clock, an agricultural tool, and a monumental icon dedicated to a powerful and potentially dangerous celestial deity. Its construction speaks to a worldview where the stars were not distant objects, but active participants in the fabric of life and death, farming and warfare, survival and transformation. The Scorpion Effigy Mound of the Tehuacán Valley is a profound and captivating monument. It's a rare glimpse into the spiritual and intellectual world of the ancient Popoloca people, a testament to their ingenuity in transforming the earth itself into a calendar, a temple, and a symbol of their place in the universe. As research continues, this earthen scorpion will undoubtedly reveal more of its secrets, reminding us of the enduring human quest to find our own reflection in the celestial dance of the sun, moon, and stars.